Ladies and gentlemen, we want you to stand and we want you to make some noise.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's go racing here at Knoxville.
Only the best go 3 abreast.
It is show time at Williams Grove Speedway.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, here at Eldora Speedway, it's showtime!
You've got a for a breath. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
It's time to sit back, relax, and enjoy, because, ladies and gentlemen, it's showtime!
Set to do battle for 30 laps. The green flag is waving.
Hello again. It is MRN's Wing Nation, presented by Hercules Tires, Ride on Our Strength, and by Grunt Style. Steve Post and Erin Evernham here, our favorite time of the week, talking sprint car racing, and we are so glad you joined us. And we have got a tremendous guest list, our Sage Fruit guest list. Brent Marks, fresh off that first World of Outlaw win, and Brian Brown, who has just got Knoxville figured out to a T. We'll talk to both of those gentlemen along the way. As I mentioned, Erin Evernham alongside. And Erin, you told me Brownie does have Knoxville. You spent the weekend out in Knoxville.
Yeah, fabulous weekend. Went out for the Hall of Fame induction ceremony and our board meeting. It's just a spectacular weekend there. There's so many people from the history of our sport that are there, and watching the people get inducted and the passion that we always talk about on the show. Great weekend. Then you get to see a full night of racing. And then you get to go back to the Hall of Fame in the morning for a meeting. So it's just sprint cars central for 24 hours. And, Brownie was in another zip code, truly.
Indeed. And we'll talk more about the Hall of Fame stuff during our Hall of Fame segment of the show. I had a chance to go to Selinsgrove, and what I saw, I liked a lot. I mean, a real lot. The facility, the changes, the moving the pit. You know, you talk about moving the pits outside, and what does it mean? It is game-changing there. I don't know why. I don't understand the dynamics of it, but it is a total different racetrack. I mean, with those pits not out, it's almost like when the cars went down the backstretch into, you almost feel like you're disconnected from the race, where now you're back connected to it. And, they're in an amazing spot. Alan Kreitzer, Mike Hefner, and Steve Inch. Steve is the general manager there. Talked to Mike Hefner, and, they're in a weird spot. They're 360s in Pennsylvania. They're 35 minutes away from Port Royal, who we just all have gone gaga over, rightly so. I mean, and they're sitting there in the shadows of Port Royal, yet I contend if Port Royal wasn't doing all the spectacular things Port Royal is doing, we'd be having these conversations about what's going on at Selinsgrove. They just have it really going well. And talking to Mike Hefner, the two things I came away from that conversation is him and Alan and Steve Inch, their commitment to Selinsgrove Speedway. This is there for the long haul. And they're going to figure this out to win. They're going to figure this out to where Selinsgrove fits in, and they don't know the answer to where Selinsgrove fits in. Right now, it's great 360 racing. And I saw a great
and they're
feature.
working hard on it.
And they're working hard on it. And then passion. The same thing you just talked about, the passion on it. So a really good weekend as far as that goes. Let's jump right into our Classic Ink screen printing and embroidery hot topics. First-time winner in the World of Outlaw Craftsman Sprint Cars. We're going to talk to Brent in a little bit, but boy, I'm telling you what, that first one, and then to put it on him like he did, oh my gosh.
Yeah, to lap up to, what, was it 8th that he had?
Yeah, that was Donnie Schatz out the windscreen.
And he had a flat tire the last few laps, their tire going down.
I'm telling you, so Brent Marks and his one crew member, Jesse, traveling the country and really put it on to him. A couple weeks ago, we talked to Mark Dobmeyer. Folks, I'm just telling you, if you ever have the urge to go sprint car racing and want to start your own team, go talk to Dobmeyer.
Yeah.
3 for 3.
Yeah, 3 for 3, combining 3 teams.
Yeah, exactly. And just here we go. So, and he's been at River Cities running along the way. I think we may see him this weekend. I think, if I'm not mistaken, at Jackson. And so, Mark Dobmeyer. If 3 for 3 is good, 4 for 4 is better. Craig Mintz at Fremont. Man, he is on fire there as well.
Is.
Undefeated this year. And so has that 09 car just rolling there at Fremont. So some really good performances, some really strong performances across the board with Brent, with Mark Dobmeyer, with Craig Mintz and everyone. And then great weekend we had at Knoxville and at Selinsgrove, respectively. So good fun along the way. And those are the Classic Ink screen printing and embroidery hot topics. ClassicInkUSA.com. That's www.classicinkusa.com. Hats, T-shirts, towels, hoodies, whatever you need, whether they be for your race team, for another sporting team, for your business, for a church organization, they've got you covered. ClassicInkUSA.com. We need to step away. When we come back, we'll talk to that first-time World of Outlaw winner, Brent Marks. He joins us next.
For over 50 years, drivers in sprint car, midget, micro, modified, and even dirt late model have taken the checkered flag on Weld Racing Wheels. Legendary drivers like Joe Saldana, Carl, Mark, and Steve Kinzer, Doug Wolfgang, and countless other racers have trusted Weld Racing Wheels for their superior strength and lightweight construction to finish ahead of the competition. With 50 years of race-winning engineering and technology, American-made Weld Racing Wheels are designed and built to withstand virtually any abuse you throw at them. Weld Racing. Proven speed.
O'Reilly. When your battery goes dead, everything can come to a stop. Don't take a chance on getting stranded. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts and get your battery tested free of charge. If your battery does need to be replaced, O'Reilly Auto Parts can help you find the exact Superstart battery that fits your car or truck at a guaranteed low price. O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices every day.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Looking for custom racewear and embroidery? Do you want your race fans to represent your race team with trendy original apparel? Contact Classic Ink USA, the new standard in custom screen printing and embroidery, located in Greater Pittsburgh. Classic Ink USA's professional staff utilizes state-of-the-art facilities to transform your ideas into an attractive wearable piece. From custom track swag racewear to trendy quick crew wear, Classic Ink handles it all. Find out how you can get started. Contact Classic Ink USA screen printing and embroidery at the track and on your back.
Hi, I'm Rico Aber, and you're listening to Wing Nation on MotorRacingNetwork.com.
Thank you, Rico. We are having a ball. We're glad you joined us here on MRN's Wing Nation, presented by Hercules Tires. Let's go to the Weld Racing Hotline. Joining us fresh off from a trip to Victory Lane, his first trip to Victory Lane as a World of Outlaw Craftsman Sprint Car Series driver. Did it up in Wisconsin at Wilmot. Brent Marks joins us. Hello, Brent. Welcome into Wing Nation.
Hey, guys. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Well, hey, we appreciate the memory you gave us from Saturday night. Well, talk about it. What's it been like since Saturday night? I guess that's my first question for you.
Yeah, it's been pretty cool. It's been kind of hectic here with my my phone. It's been blowing up, so it's been crazy. With all the text messages, phone calls I received from everybody, and even from people I haven't heard from in a very long time. It was pretty neat.
Brent, watching even Friday night at I-96, I think you started near the back of the pack and had an incredible race. I don't know where you ended up, but it was somewhere near the front, fifth maybe, and Johnny Gibson was rambling on and on about how well you're doing. Did you hit on something because you were so fast Friday night and then obviously sealed the deal on Saturday night?
Yeah, I mean, we made a couple of changes over the week. We've always been fast come race time, but never seemed to have any speed early in the night. And so we made a couple changes to try to fix that, and had a couple ideas. And Friday night was just really hectic. We had had problems getting the car to run all night long. We just couldn't get our motors to run, and ended up changing everything in the fuel system and the ignition system. And really, the B main was the only clean laps I got all night long there, and only got 12 of those. And I didn't feel very good, so we made some changes there before the feature, and then ended up going from 22nd to 5th, and had a really strong run. And that was cool, especially at a track I'd never seen before. And it was great that we were able to cure our issue with our motor that night, and went out there Saturday and just had speed all night long. And that felt great. Finally have a smooth night going, and carry speeds and hot laps, and time trials, heat race, dash, and a feature, of course. So it was fun. It was a really fun night. And, relieved a lot of stress. It's crazy what a win can do for you, mentally. So it was really neat.
Brent, I think we had you on our MAV TV show. I think it was Ashley and I, and we talked to you, and you had said the struggle in the early night. In fact, I think you told us at that time you may have won more hard charger awards than anyone else. Not that that's really what a driver's looking for, although it's good you're figuring it out. How much different is it on a night when you start the heat race on the front row, you get to run to the desk? How different is that as a race team driver and an owner?
It's so much nicer. You can you have more of a chill attitude, and you're just kind of going with the flow throughout the night, and just make sure you keep up with the racetrack. It's just an easier night all around, and you can make fine-tune adjustments on your race car, because you already have the speed. When you start a night out not having a whole lot of speed, you tend to throw, the kitchen sink at it, so to speak. So, and then sometimes you hit it, and sometimes you get really lost and end up getting worse. So when you unload with a fast race car and you feel good behind the wheel, it makes the night so much easier, so much more relaxing, and obviously more enjoyable. It's just nice to have those nights where you can tweak on the car a little bit here and there, and then still maintain that speed or pick up a little bit more speed. That's what you're looking for every single race. Sometimes you get it and sometimes you don't. Even if you do go to a racetrack with the same setup you ran the night before that you won, sometimes it won't work out. It's just the way it is. So that's what makes these other guys so good. That's been doing it for so long. They kind of know what their deal is, and they'll unload from the trailer and know that they're going to have a car that's close enough to get them in that position to where they're starting up front the entire night and putting themselves in position to win.
Absolutely. Brent, talk a little bit about what it's like to be on the road with just one crew guy, your buddy Jesse, to travel up and down the road last year and again this year. That's a tough workload for a team of 4 or 5. So talk about how much effort you yourself have to put into the maintenance of the car, to driving the truck, all of it.
Yeah, it's been really hard. We actually just hired a kid that lives close to me. I just flew him out yesterday because we're getting doing a lot of racing here this summer, and especially this week here with the Jackson Nationals, and get to the point to where I was getting really tired and burned out, and I want to make sure I don't really get burned out. So it's been tough, driving the truck up and down the road and doing the maintenance on the car wash, getting back 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, and getting up 9 o'clock the next day or whatever it may be, and it's just it takes a toll on you. Even though I'm only 27 years old, we won that race Saturday, and I got back to the hotel and I could barely move. So I was just so sore and so worn out, especially with Friday night's issues, and working really hard to try to figure all that out. So me and Jesse have been working super hard, but it's been killing us. So me and my dad decided to make the decision to bring somebody else out here and try to take a little bit of the workload off. So I think that'll help us out a little bit. Also make me have a better mental game too, because when you do get worn out like that, you don't think properly, and I think that could be some of my issue with some of the poor performances we've had this year. So just trying to make it better for us.
Better indeed. Final question for you. You're out there leading the race. You're going for the first World of Outlaw win. You got about 4 or 5 laps to go, and you see that 15 car in front of you lapping Donnie Schatz. Okay, I know you didn't get to do it. Was it even conscious that that's Donnie Schatz, or were you just so focused on hitting your marks you weren't even paying attention to who it was?
I honestly was just so focused because, like, the last 5, 6 laps there, I started getting ungodly tight getting in the corner. I could barely turn my car anymore, and then I started bottom of the right front framer out. I'm like, man, something broke on this thing, and I was just muscling it. And then towards the very end there, I seen Donnie was in front of me, and I honestly didn't know I lapped up that far. I thought maybe he just was having a bad night and he fell back, after the checker there, then, when it finally slowed the speed of the car down, I noticed that I had a flat right front tire. So I was just hanging on to the thing, making sure I wasn't going to lose that race. And I had no idea I had that big of a lead. You're in lap traffic. I ran lap traffic pretty much 30 laps of that race. And you always feel pressured at that point because you can't carry the speed you want to carry. So I felt super pressured, and I was just driving as hard as I could and just making sure I wasn't going to lose that race. So especially with the car getting the way it was there at the end with that flat front, it made it really, really difficult. But I was able to muscle through it and get that win, and it was awesome. It's definitely a dream come true, and something I've been working for a very long time. So I'm happy we finally accomplished that.
Well, happy you accomplished it, and you don't have to wait long. You get to run tonight at Fairbury and then the Jackson Nationals all weekend long. We wish you the best continued success as we go forward. I know we'll chat with you this week up at Jackson, but congratulations on that win. Really, really super cool moment.
Awesome. Thank you.
There we go. Brent Marks. I just sit here and I think, folks, how bad do you want it? I mean, seriously, you want to pursue your dream? Okay, it's easy to talk about it.
Yeah.
And it's maybe easy to start down that path, but how bad do you want it?
Yeah.
And there's a kid that wants it.
Yep. Up and down the road, driving the truck, doing the car maintenance, going to the car wash. You know, a lot of those drivers, the races are over. They're back in their motorhome. The team takes
Not
the
this
car.
one here. Yeah.
He's working hard for it.
But I'm glad, you know, and you don't just make a decision after Saturday night to bring someone. I think that they're bringing someone else in. You know, you get Brent a little bit clear-headed and focused on that stuff, and who knows what they can do. So I think that's phenomenal. Great stuff. Hey, we need to step away. Speaking of great stuff, our buddy Brian Brown, he joins us next.
Citywide to countryside, whatever you drive, wherever you go. Hercules Tires has the value, selection, and industry-leading warranty to get you there, no matter where the road takes you. To learn more, visit HerculesTire.com. Hercules Tires, ride on our strength.
Aggressive Hydraulics, where we engineer the cylinders that move your business. We specialize in designing and manufacturing purpose-built, application-specific hydraulic cylinders with superior precision and performance, making OEM products stronger, crafting cylinders that operate on a global basis in a wide variety of industries and applications. Get aggressive with your cylinder challenges. AggressiveHydraulics.com.
Sage Fruit is a high-quality grower, packer, and shipper of Washington State apples, pears, and cherries. Sage Fruit believes in sprint car racing. Sage Fruit has been a proud sponsor of sprint cars for the last 15 years and a proud partner of Wing Nation for the last 3 years. We love sprint car racing, and we are there for our sprint car fans. Sage Fruit works hard to deliver an exceptional eating experience. We value our relationship with sprint car fans and appreciate your continued support of Sage Fruit. Ask for Sage Fruit at your local grocer.
This is Paul McMahon, and you're watching MRN's Wing Nation on MRN.com.
Welcome back. Thanks, Paul. We appreciate it. Thanks for joining us here on MRN's Wing Nation, presented by Hercules Tires. Ride on our strength. Let's go back to the Weld Racing Hotline and catch up with a guy that has frequented Victory Lane at Knoxville a lot, including this Saturday night. Brian Brown is on the line. Hello, Brownie. Welcome back to the show.
Oh, great to be on, guys. You always know you're doing something right if you can get on Wing Nation.
Well, you are doing something right. Erin, she's sitting along here. She watched you. Looks like you've got that 21 car rolling around Knoxville in pretty good shape.
Yeah, we like we were on a month or so ago with you guys, and we just, I had said that we felt like we had car speed. We just had some little bit of luck issues and driver issues. So once we got a little bit of luck and got the driver's head screwed on straight, we've been pretty good there. How about, Erin? How many mistakes did you see me make?
Not many. I mean, I was impressed. I liked in the heat race, I saw you trying the bottom, trying the top, and, you never really lost any ground. I was pretty impressed. Things in that car look pretty good. And you actually mentioned in Victory Lane that you tried something totally different, but obviously it was still working.
Yeah, I mean, that's the great thing about being able to go there, numerous times throughout the year is we've kind of been on our base set up for 3 or 4 years, and there's things we did in the past that that has worked, and then we just kind of get stuck in a little bit of rut. And me and my crew chief Chad Morgan during the week, it just talked to, hey, if the track slows down, maybe we can try some things we did back in the day a little bit, and we did, and we wanted to do it right after qualifying and make the change, and then so we can get a couple different shots at it. We feel like we made some gains. A little bit different feel for how I've been accustomed to there, but I think it has a lot of advantages. And we got a while before the Nationals. We can revisit that again and hopefully just keep making it better.
Brian, as you know, I spent a lot of my life in the NASCAR world, and they talk about building a notebook. Is that basically what you're talking about doing, looking at different options so that if Friday night at the Nationals it looks like the track is doing this, or Saturday night or whatever it is that what you guys are doing, just kind of building that notebook?
Yeah, absolutely. You need to be able to have, Willie Kane says a couple, like he always says, a whole different place in the playbook. If the track's one lane and it's rained all day and you have to get through your heat race, you got to, what's plan A? And then, if it's starting to get slick and it's a 16-second track, what's plan B? And then it gets to a 17 or 18-second track, what's plan C? So you've got to be able to always be evolving. And I really think it all kind of stems back to us, and I think 12, 13, and 14 we were in contention to win. And not to say we got complacent, but we maybe kept doing the same things. And then, come Nationals time, we just weren't as good as we needed to be when, the track kind of threw us a curveball. So I think we kind of had to look ourselves in the mirror at that point and say, oh, well, we're not as good as we think we are, and we need to get back to work here. And that's definitely what we did.
Brian, the track this weekend seemed pretty wide for a weekly show. How important is it for you, like you said, building the notebook, but to have a weekend like that where the track is wide to help simulate when the Outlaws are going to be there or during the Nationals? I feel like when I raced there weekly, it wasn't often that you got a track nice and wide like that.
That's a good thing. The Duncan family, they're the best in the business. They definitely I'm sorry, I'm just driving here in downtown St. Louis traffic, so I just want to make sure I don't hit something. But no, they definitely make, give us different options. And, as you've seen Saturday, Erin, it started off pretty slick. And then, in the heat races, I think I've won 2 or 3 heat races from 6th every night. And that's what's unique about the format, too, is you have to run the same tire all night. So there's a kind of a fine line of, okay, how hard do I go in my heat race where I don't run my right rear tire off? But, come Knoxville Nationals time, you got to start 8th and try to win the heat or at least run 4th. So I think that's what, on a weekly show, the competition's so tough, and it just gives you, the Duncan gives you so many different scenarios on track conditions and things like that I don't think it can win you the Knoxville Nationals, but it can definitely help just build your notebook and keep you sharp. And that's what we try to do every single week. And we try to go in there, and as a driver, I try to run the bottom, as much as I can in the heats, even maybe when I shouldn't. Just because, you may have to do it when you don't want to come Knoxville Nationals time. And that's why I wake up in the morning is for the Knoxville Nationals. And that's what we do it for.
Yes, indeed. You are driving through St. Louis on your way to Fairbury, a new challenge for the World of Outlaws tonight, a new track, and then headed to Jackson this weekend for 3 nights of the Jackson Nationals. I'm thinking that's $60,000 or $70,000 up for grabs here in the next few days. Let's spin forward to Jackson. You raced up there earlier this year. The new track, the new design, the new layout. What can we expect to see this weekend up there?
Yeah, I mean, it'll be even a lot different from when you guys were there last time. That they've shortened the track up, and it was really good. I felt like the first week I was there, and then I watched the video from last week when they had a big 360 race, and it was even better. So it's 6, 8 car, 10 car lengths wide, slick with a good cushion and a nice bottom. I feel like the racing is going to be second to none in my opinion. So that's one thing about Todd Queering is every time you go there, there's something new, there's something better. And growing up as a kid, there was the Knoxville Nationals, there was the Kings Royal, it was the National Open, and it was the Jackson Nationals. And for the people in the Midwest, you wanted to win the Knoxville Nationals, and the Jackson Nationals was right below it. So, and it kind of lost its luster a little bit. It was kind of just not just a 360 race that paid $3,000 to win for a while there, and now paying $40,000 to win, I really feel like it's one of the crown jewels in sprint car racing, and I think the fans are in for a great weekend of racing. The weather looks awesome. They have a lot of stuff that they do a lot of stuff for the fans. They bring MRN in. They're doing a trailer tour through town. A trailer parade through town. They have stuff going at AGCO. It's just becoming an event. And, to me, you can pay good money on some of these races, but they're not events. I feel like the Jackson Nationals is going to continue to grow and, like I said, become what it should be, and that's a premier event across the country.
I agree with you. I know that's their goal, and we can't wait to get up there. I know you can't either. Brownie, safe driving through St. Louis and on to Fairbury. We'll be following Erin, and I'll be on Dirt Vision tonight, but we won't be on Dirt Vision the rest of the week because we'll get to see you in person. But thanks for joining us. Congratulations on the success.
Yeah, thanks. And, Casey's General Store night on Thursday. So if we're lucky, I might, if you guys invite me to the stage there, I might bring some pizza for us.
Can you bring some of the breakfast pizza? The breakfast pizza is outstanding. I never had it.
You're the first lady of sprint car racing. You can have whatever you want.
Thank you. Deal. Done.
My question
I have to share, though.
What about my boy Ray? Is he coming?
He is. He's coming.
All right. And the little girl?
Yep. The whole family. We're bringing the motor home. We're on the road.
Yeah, the Clampets are going to Hollywood.
Exactly.
Indeed. Brian,
All right,
thanks
you
for the
guys
time.
take care.
You got
Thank
it.
you, guys.
You got it. Brian Brown joining us there. That's good stuff.
That is good. The breakfast pizza. Legit.
I'm convinced that every pizza, because I've had a couple of different other ones, and they're all phenomenal, too.
Oh, it's good stuff.
Yes, indeed. All right. Hey, we need to step away. When we come back, more Wing Nation.
The National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum in Knoxville, Iowa is proud to announce their feature exhibit for 2018, the Salute to Champion Brian Clausen. Open May 1st through October 1st. See the race cars Brian Clausen drove during his illustrious racing career and the trophies, uniforms, and memorabilia Brian amassed while driving sprint cars, midgets, Indy cars, and NASCAR. The Salute to Champion Brian Clausen exhibit, only at the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum, located in Turn 2 at Knoxville Raceway.
The American Sprint Car Series is back for its 27th year. Whether you're catching the Lucas Oil ASCS National Tour at tracks like Williams Grove, Skagit Speedway, Knoxville Raceway, Lucas Oil Speedway, or any of the 6 regional tours across the United States, you'll find the ASCS Nation racing at a track near you. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram today. Then see the full schedule, track-by-track history, updates, and more at ASCSRacing.com.
O'Reilly.
Right now at O'Reilly Auto Parts, pick up 5 quarts of Mobil 1 full synthetic motor oil for $28.95 and get a $10 O'Reilly gift card by mail. Protect your engine from sludge and wear with Mobil 1 full synthetic motor oil at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices every day. Limits apply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
This is Terry McCarl. One has an engineering degree, the other has a degree in the science of beer consumption. You figure out who is which. Wing Nation on MRN.com.
Engineer, beer consumption.
Well, turns out I might have both.
Indeed. I don't have the engineering degree, so you might have both. I don't have both, that's for sure. Indeed. Welcome back. It is MRN's Wing Nation presented by Hercules Tires, right on our strength. We talked about this at the top of the show. National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum. You were out there. Brian Clausen, Lance Deweese, David Steele, Scott Gherkin, Emmett J. Malloy, Steve Beitler, Bob Mays, and Red Garnett. That had to be an amazing ceremony.
It was awesome. And actually, one of my favorites was Red Garnett's family getting up. His father spoke about remembering his dad racing, and he talked about the steering wheel that made learn the Frisbee, and the size of a hula hoop was a tire. He said his dad never patented anything, so they never got all the rights from it all. But awesome. I mean, you know, I knew all the other guys, but to hear someone like Red Garnett's family speak, it was an awesome weekend.
And that's what it's all about. Right off from turn number 2 at the famed Marion County Fairgrounds, Knoxville Raceway. It's the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum, sprintcarhof.com. More information. And if you go to Knoxville, got to check out the Brian Clausen exhibit, the tribute. We have it on Wing Nation. Erin gave us a walkthrough, but quite the scene.
Yeah,
there.
it's awesome. Between his family and his teams, they have loaned all sorts of cool stuff. Not only his cars, but fire suits, helmets, awards, you name it. It's cool. Please come check it out.
Yes, and you can check out Erin's sneak peek at wingnation.com with a vlog from out there in Knoxville. We're vlogging. We're doing all kinds of things.
Amateur vlogging.
Oh, boy, we're amateurs. Boy, there's some. If you don't believe me, just look at them. We're having fun out across the country doing our wingnation.com thing. We are going to have a ball this weekend. The AGCO Jackson Nationals, Thursday through Saturday night. World of Outlaw Craftsman Sprints, Jackson, Minnesota. 5 p.m. every night if you're there. The Minnesota Mafia Wing Nation presented by Hercules Tires. 6 o'clock Eastern time on MRN.com, your normal channels here. Racing every night. And I think Brownie's, I know the game plan is to bring this one back to prestige. 40,000 big ones on Saturday night will do that.
Oh, yeah. And 3 nights we'll do that, too.
And they have all kinds of activities during the day. We're going to talk more about that because on Aggressive Hydraulics calendar coming up, Shane Phillips is coming up on Thursday with the Minnesota Mafia to talk to us on Wing Nation Weekend. And on Saturday, Jack Soderman Jr. is going to join us on the Wing Nation show on MAV TV. Before we get out of here, I also want to mention our buddy Ian Falcone Productions. We got to hang with him at Port Royal. And drivers, people, you need a website, you need something, just dial up Ian Falcone Productions. He does a great job as well. So with that, I think we're getting close. Oh, we got racing tonight, too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, World of Outlaws. It's
Vision.
a Dirt Vision night. Fairbury American Legion Speedway. So big stuff on Dirt Vision tonight. Hey, appreciate Brent Marks and Brian Brown joining us here today.
Wing Nation has been brought to you by Hercules Tires and by Grunt Style. Wing Nation can be found on demand at MRN.com, iTunes, Google Play, YouTube, and SoundCloud. Wing Nation is a production of the Motor Racing Network. All rights reserved.